Hey there, survivors. Cougar here, checking out the new No Man's Sky Next update. I had never played No Man's Sky before. I just picked it up last week, 50% off on Steam, after hearing good things about this update. So,
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
we're starting a new game here, and hopefully,
Support systems activated.
I am still a beginner, but hopefully I can get us through at least the first hour of this.
System online.
Because I have played about a dozen hours, maybe 10 or 12 hours
Scanner damaged. Repair required.
on another save. So we will be checking this out together, and hopefully I'll be able to
Aerial
provide
propulsion jetpack online.
some guidance for new players who also want to check it out.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
But just to repeat, I am still a beginner at this,
User initialization
so
sequence complete.
no guarantees. Now the first thing we're going to do, and I know a lot of people ask about this and have trouble finding it, the first thing we're going to do is hit X to go into our little toolbar here.
Thermal protection falling.
It's very hot out here. Oh, our thermal protection is really falling quickly. You know what? I was going to switch us to first-person mode, but our thermal protection is falling so quickly that the first thing we have to worry about here is finding some shelter. Here's a little cave we can get into that looks like it might cool us off a bit.
Toxins detected.
Oop. Toxic plant hit us, but we are cooling off a bit being in the shade here in this cave. Alright, now we're going to go to X, F, no, that's not right, X, and then mouse wheel to scroll over to the gear wheel here, F to select, and then switch to camera view. Switch to first person. Okay, great. Now we're in camera view, in first-person view, and our first thing is to find our ship. Now, our ship is down here with us somewhere. Yeah.
Toxins detected.
And we are
Extreme toxicity detected.
going to get a message directing us to our ship in, I don't know, a minute or so. So we just basically have to stay safe for this first minute in game. You are likely to spawn in a hostile environment. So we spawned in on a charred planet, so the heat levels are very high here. You could also spawn in on a toxic planet where there's acid rain, or on a frozen planet where it gets very, very cold.
Toxins detected.
Yeah, all these toxic plants are beating us up a little bit, but we're still doing okay. I'm not going to go down that cave right now. That's not what we're looking to do. Use the scanner to locate resources. Select the scanner repair mission in the log P. All right, P. And multi-tool repair scanner. Repair the damaged multi-tool. If I'm to locate the resources I need to fix my ship, I'll first need to repair the scanner component of my multi-tool. Use ferrite dust to repair the scanner. Gather metal from mineral deposits. Use to fire the mining beam at nearby minerals. All right. Oh my gosh.
Falling.
So much toxicity. All right, so we're going to bring up our mining beam here. We've got 50% charge in it right now. That was a plant that gave us carbon. That wasn't a rock. I need to find a rock. There's an unidentified rock that will give us ferrite dust. And we're going to be able to find more ferrite out here, I'm sure. Yep, there's plenty. This will give us a lot. But we got to keep an eye on the bar at the top right corner of the screen. That tells us our heat level on our mining tool. If it gets too high, it will shut down for a minute to cool itself off. All right, we need 75 ferrite dust. Oh, there's an overheat. Okay. 75 ferrite dust, and it looks like we've got it. Now I'm going to go back in the cave where it's cool. And tab to access the multi-tool inventory. Click on the scanner and repair the damaged component. Great. Now we have a scanner. Excellent. Now, if I hold F... No, I need the analysis visor installed first. Okay. Let's wait and see what our next mission is supposed to be. I mean, we could go into the...
Starship signal detected.
Alright, that's what we're waiting for. We now have a signal for our starship that we have to follow to find it. That's over there, and it's 437 meters or units away. So we've got quite a trek. Hopefully we'll be able to get there before the heat gets us. Using my jetpacks to get up here. It's a little crowded up here. And there is a way, if you didn't know, if you hit the melee button, which is Q, and then immediately use your jetpack,
Protection fully.
it gives you a little speed boost forward. So the jetpack itself is fairly slow, but if you use the melee button and the jetpack, you get a nice little boost there. Alright, thermal protection is still falling, but we're only down to about 85%, I think. So, this is No Man's Sky, guys. These planets are all randomly generated. There's something over there. We'll have to go check that out once we find our ship. If we can remember what direction it is. Now here's my take on the whole No Man's Sky controversy. My take on it is that basically when they first released it, they released it in early access. There's our ship. They released it in early access, but they didn't tell people it was early access. So it took a lot of flack right at the beginning. So now, a year and a half after its release, now it's actually in a release state. It's no longer in early access. I don't know why they didn't just release it in early access ahead of time and just went with the full release, because clearly it wasn't ready to be released when they first released it. But so far, I'm really enjoying it for the most part. So our starship is damaged. We have to repair it. If I hit E to get inside, that is going to cool us down a bit, for one thing. At least the air conditioning is still working. Launch thrusters are offline. Pulse engine is offline. My exosuit has directed me to a crashed starship. The controls react to my touch, and I can only assume it belongs to me, but I have no memory of it. No sense of a before. We're reading our ship log now. Pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. Pulse engine critically damaged. We need to craft a hermetic seal and some metal plating to fix the pulse engine. So we're going to go to our inventory. We're going to hover over the pulse engine. It reminds me that I need the hermetic seal and the metal plating. If I go to my exosuit inventory, I can make a metal plate here in my inventory if I have the units, what I need to do it. I need 50 ferrite dust to make a metal plate, and then the hermetic seal, if I scroll down here. These buttons don't really work well. Okay, I guess that's all that we can make right now, which is weird because we should be able to make the hermetic seal. I need to gather some more ferrite dust. We're going to do some mining and grinding and mining and grinding in order to make that happen. These little guys will give us a little bit of ferrite dust. I just cranked up my mouse sensitivity and it's a little high. Sorry, it's waving all over the place like crazy. Oh, this is a... Oh, that's a sentinel. And they don't like it when you mess with stuff. When you start digging stuff up and blowing up rocks and so on. So you just gotta give him a little space. We've lost him already just by running away from him a little bit. So hopefully he wasn't too interested in us and start tracking us. They will, shoot at you if you continue mining and digging stuff up in their presence. Well, he's still tracking me. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, I just want to get this last little rock here. Give me a break, Sentinel. Oh my gosh, he's shooting at me. Look, Sentinel, I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone. How does that sound? Alright, do we have enough? I think we have enough ferrite to make that metal plate. Let's see if we can get one more of these stones before we go back in. Or if that's a plant, that's a carbon. If you just let your finger off the mining trigger for a second, oh my gosh. Look! I need this stuff! Sentinel, stop shooting me! I mean you no harm, I just want to mine some rocks. There are plenty of rocks, Sentinel. Alright, I'm in the ship, he can't find me in here, so we're all good. Now I go to my inventory. Now I can craft a metal plate in here. Now, we need the hermetic seal. If I click on this, it should give us the option to make a hermetic seal here. I'm not sure why it's not. Hold on, let's wait for the computer will tell us what it wants us to do next. Yeah, you save your game by entering and exiting your ship. You can also later build these little save point beacons that you can put down. We're going to need carbon at some point, so I'll just try to get out of sight of the Sentinel and start grabbing some carbon. Ah, here comes the Sentinel. I got to get farther away from him. So, in my other playthrough, in my first playthrough that I've got going, I've visited maybe a half-dozen planets, and in a way they all look the same, but in a way they all look different. I mean, they definitely have done a good job with making all these planets look very distinct. I mean, that's a really cool-looking planet. What? Sentinel! And all these creatures all look different too. I mean, they're all randomly generated. All the plants and animals on every planet are random. And so far, I have not visited 2 planets where the plants and animals look anything alike. I've never seen anything like this before. With this big bulb at the top, or these kind of striations moving up the outside of this plant. That's a first for me. So, a lot of the stuff feels similar, but at the same time it doesn't look similar, which is cool. Oh, that Sentinel still knows I'm here. He's still looking for me. I gotta stay in my ship for a little bit to really lose him. Alright, now you see we got an indication there that said life support systems at 50%. To recharge your life support systems, you need oxygen. And then once you have it, you can either use X to bring up this little quick menu here, and then recharge it from here. Or you can go into your inventory and click on, go to your exosuit, and then click on the life support itself, or whatever else you need, and recharge it from here. Now, we don't have any oxygen with which to recharge it at this point, but we will. Now, why can I not build a hermetic seal? No, I didn't want to get out! Alright, if we stay in here long enough, that Sentinel will leave us alone. Right? Or is he shooting at our ship right now? Craft products. What is blinking? That Sentinel is shooting at our ship. Why? Why is it doing that? Oh my gosh. This is the most trouble I've ever had with a Sentinel. Usually, you leave them alone and don't try to mine stuff right in front of their faces, and they're not a problem. I just need to get far enough away from him that he totally loses me and loses interest in me. He's still searching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. We have reset the Sentinel alert level, so now he's not going to be freaking shooting at us every time he sees us. Now I just need to figure out how to make that hermetic seal. In the meantime, so we've got this distress beacon here. We're going to have to... Whoops. I see. It wants me... It was giving me a message there. Hold on. Let's just check out this beacon. A probable boundary separation failure, blah, blah, blah. That stuff's all just gibberish. Diagnostic, no connection, awaiting fresh iteration. Broadcast a distress signal. Traveler anomaly detected. Position logged. Anomaly is compliant. No idea what that means. But we've now got an indicator in the lower right-hand corner that we can patch the metal plating onto the pulse engine. That's why we don't have the hermetic seal available to us yet. We have to do this first. I'm going to actually get in the ship to do this for the thermal protection. Now go to my inventory, go to the pulse engine, and click on the metal plating. Now it should tell me that I can build a hermetic seal, which would be the next step. Nope, no hermetic seal yet. Just give it a second. Computer will catch up. Starship auto diagnostics. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients are missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Recommendation. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage navigation data from distress beacon cache. I think we just did that. Yeah, we just did that. So, now, locate hermetic seal, search the distress beacon cache for supplies. Okay, hold on. This is the distress beacon cache that it wants us to search. I peer inside the beacon's housing. As well as its distress broadcast unit, it contains a navigational data module. Take that. Navigation data required. Build a signal booster to use navigation data. Craft metal plating, open the inventory, and craft metal plating in these slots. Alright, we did that. Now it wants us to build a signal booster. We need carbon to do that. We need 50 carbon. We've only got 23 right now. So let's just move away from our sentinel so we don't make it angry. And pull up our mining tool and start mining for carbon. There's 49 carbon. There's 50 carbon. Now we need to craft nanotubes. Go into our inventory, click on an empty slot, and craft ourselves some nanotubes. Now it wants us to toggle the torch from the main menu, but that's just a recommendation. Navigation data recovered. Build a signal booster to use navigation data. Collect sodium. Use the scanner to locate sodium. Alright, now I hit C to use the scanner. And then look around, and it should tell me there's some sodium over there at 176 meters. There's some at 156, which is pretty close. Alright, oh, and there's some oh, there's some down there. That's just a plant, though. I'd rather have a larger supply, so let's head off this way. So your original mining tool will mine these little plants and rocks, but you need an advanced mining tool to get the big ones. I guess these were both plants, so we'll just grab some of this plant. Just pick it up. We don't have to mine it. There was another one. Let's do another scan. There are two more down there. Alright, got some sodium. Hey, here's some dihydrogen crystals. Might as well pick those up. Our weapon charge has been depleted. Now, again, two ways to recharge our weapon. We can always use the quick bar down here and just throw some carbon in there. And then I'm going to mine up some of this dihydrogen because we're going to need that, I think, for the liftoff thrusters. Sorry, I keep overheating. That's a noob move. Alright, got some dihydrogen. These will give us ferrite. Oh look, little donuts. Those look delicious. I love donuts. Alright, we better get back to our ship. We're getting pretty hot. We have not upgraded our jump jets yet. It's not going to get us up very high. Alright, gotta let it recharge. Let's try this again. Ooh, just barely. Back to our ship. Right? Our ship's over here somewhere. There it is. And we're pretty hot, so let's jump right back into the starship. Yep, we're going to need some oxygen soon for our life support system. All right, now we've got the sodium. It wants us to build the critically damaged. Press E to exit. It wants us to build the signal booster. So, access the build menu with Z. Got that. And here's our signal booster. We need 1 metal plating, 1 carbon nanotubes, and 15 sodium. There we go. Now access the signal booster. We've got 1 navigation data. Let's use that. Scan the distress frequencies. Sweet. Alright. Just got a good, nice little overhead look at our layout here. And we've got a place that we need to travel to. Ah, that's the thing that we saw when we first got here that we now have to go and get. Sprinting uses up your life support faster than just walking. Why, it's not going to be fun getting back up this hill, is it? Sodium. We need oxygen. And we need to hustle over to that thing, because it is hot out here. Alright. Keeping an eye out for any plants that look like they might provide oxygen. So far, I'm not seeing any. But there are these red plants, and they glow red. That may be some oxygen down there. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Look, there's a bunch of oxygen-providing plants. A firestorm. Oh, this is bad, guys. This is bad. Shoot. Wow, that's not oxygen. Guys, I think we have to go back to that cave now, because this firestorm is coming in, and we are going to get cooked if we're outside. Oh, it's a cool-looking creature. Oh, there's an oxygen plant right in front of us. Okay, good. Alright, that'll help us out a bit once we load it in to our life support system, but we're just trying to make it back to that cave before this firestorm hits. Oh, we've got to recharge our life support before we die. I know, it's falling fast too. Oh my goodness. Get up here. Go, go, go. I'm stuck on something. Go. What the frick, guys? Okay. Come on. Our thermal protection is almost completely gone. We gotta get back to the ship or that cave. Holy crap. Oh, we're just... This hill is just a little bit too steep. Come on. Oh, we're almost out of thermal protection. We're going to start taking damage now. Where's our ship? Storm clearing? It's still too hot for us, though. Oh, come on! Alright, I have no marker for my ship. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Ow! Hostile plant. Ah, there it is. So we climbed way too high. My bad. We are almost out of health here. Just grab this oxygen. We need it. Yes. No. Don't.
Life support power. No.
I know. All right. Crank the air conditioning. Holy cow. All right, as long as we're in here and we've got a little bit of extra oxygen, let's go to our exosuit, click on the life support, recharge it with oxygen. Let our thermal levels chill out a bit. All right, our thermal levels are fine. Now we can head back to the thing that it wants me to, the decoded coordinates that it wants me to travel to. We just got a terrible location for our ship to be in, up at the top of this damn mountain. Jump jets also use your life support fuel. Jump jets operate on oxygen as well. That was a hostile plant, don't worry about it. Now, I think your health levels regenerate slowly on their own. I'm not entirely sure about that. Don't quote me on that. But there are also health packs that you can find at certain locations. More oxygen-rich plants here. Whoops, just pick it. And then, I'm not sure what these things are. I've never seen these before. Navigation data. Alright. I'll take all the navigation data you want to give me. Thank you. Now, I think that those actually provided us with something that went in our inventory. Yeah, we've got 5 navigation data now. Now, you can spend that navigation data at certain points. Whoa!
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Well, that was not what I intended to do, but it wasn't a terrible thing because it gave us a little break from the heat. Now we just got to figure out how we're going to get out of here. Whoa. Alright, that wasn't too bad. More dihydrogen crystals. We don't need those right now. Let's just try to make it to this thing that we're supposed to get to. Is that a whole cluster of sodium-rich plants up there? I think it is. Up there.
Thermal protection falling.
I know. It's because it's extremely hot out here. I think I mentioned that a few different times now. Some big resource outcropping, phosphorus. We need a terrain manipulator to get those big resource deposits. We don't have one of those yet. Or we have it, but it's broken. Oh, through another valley. Now we're going to have to do this all again once we get what we're going for. These freaking rocks and plants are so cool looking though, huh? And the animals. Oh, look at this one. Here's a new one. Whoa. So yeah, I mean, if you like exploration and discovery, then this is the game for you, because you are always going to discover something new on every planet you visit. And yeah, it'll all be same-ish, you know, all coming off from the same palette, but super holo archive. Alright, I think we have to go in there. Oh, it's nice and cool in here.
Levels stabilizing.
Good. Yes, nice. Ah, here's our holo archive. Logs corrupted. No one making this recording in case, leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Visor damaged. Can't find ship. Recover supplies. The log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now? Alright, we've got the hermetic seal. Now we need to go back to the ship. Let's just make sure there's nothing else in here. Sometimes you can find credit stashes on the walls here, or nanite stashes, both of which serve as currency. Okay, there were some nanite clusters hidden in that navigation data. Let's check out the other building as long as we're here. Restore our shield. Okay. Didn't even know that we have a shield, but... Alright, I guess that's it. So, really, your goal at the beginning of the game here is to repair your ship and get out of here. Use the Alright, so apparently we have our analysis visor is working now. So we use F. No, it says no analysis visor installed. Do I need to do that myself? Let's go to the exosuit. Do we build it? No. It's not telling me where. Warning, unable to locate starship. Build carbon nanotubes. Alright, we need to harvest some carbon. I think that's, yeah, that's raw carbon there. Nice. Well, that makes it easy. We're out of fuel for our multi-tool. I'm doing this the long way around. I shouldn't have, I did that wrong. The quick way to do it is with the X key. Need some more plants. Well, we know we gotta head back this way anyway, so... I'm not gonna mine right in front of that sentinel. There's a sentinel off to our left there, so I'm just gonna keep going. I think we're heading in the right direction. I'm sure all these plants will give us carbon. I just want to get a little farther away from that sentinel. These are giving us small amounts of carbon. We really want a larger tree to make this go a little bit faster. But you can never have too much ferrite dust. Alright, this is a tree, I guess. And this will give us loads of carbon. We're up to 40. We need 50. Now we have 50 carbon. I'm going to get a little bit more as long as we're here. Nope, there's nothing else for this one. Alright, now we got to get moving back to the ship, and we may even want to fall down into that cave again on the way back. Getting kind of hot. It wants us to access our inventory and craft some carbon nanotubes. Alright, we did that. Unable to locate, access the multi-tool inventory, install the analysis visor with E. Ah, okay, here's what I did wrong. Here's the analysis visor. Now that we've got the carbon nanotubes, now we can put it there. Now we hold F, and that shows us where our ship is, and we gotta get there, like, soon. Yeah, we need more oxygen as well. Now that our research visor is installed, we can actually be scanning all the plants and animals here on the planet and picking up small amounts of units for scanning them. That sentinel keeps breaking our lock. That's not intentional. That just happened to happen that way. So let's not worry about it right now. I'm more worried about getting back to the ship so that we have a place to duck out of this heat. So we're trying to repair our ship just so we can get off this hostile planet. And by hostile, I mean a hostile environment. There are planets out there that are not too hot or too cold or too toxic with acid rain falling on you. We just have to get off this planet and find them. It would not make sense to build your first base on a planet like this, where you're constantly having to deal with excess heat or cold or toxicity levels. I don't quite have that jump jet boost thing correct yet. There's a timing thing you have to get. I'm doing it wrong every time. I'm gonna stop embarrassing myself now and not even try and do that anymore. Alright, one more time. There we go. I just have to concentrate on it for now because I'm not practiced at it. Yeah, we need to recharge our life support, I know, but we're almost back at the ship, so let's just wait. Alright, we did pick up a little oxygen from some plants on our way there and back, so now we can recharge our life support, but let's do it from inside the ship. Now I hit X. Well, we're in the ship, so it's giving me... There we go, that's what I want. Recharge equipment. No, I don't want to recharge the deflector shield. No, we're in the ship, so it's giving me a different... So we'll just do it by hand. Go back to the exosuit, go to life support, click oxygen. Alright, we're back. Now what do you want us to do? Repair the pulse engine. Access the starship inventory and repair items. Repairs can be carried out in stages. That's what we're going to do. So we have... Now we have the hermetic seal. Now our pulse engine is repaired. Great. Now we need to repair the launch thrusters. To do that, we need pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly, both of which, well, we'll see. We're either going to have to get lucky and find some pure ferrite, or we're going to have to build a refiner and refine the loose ferrite, the ferrite dust we're finding. Craft dihydrogen jelly. So let's go to our inventory, back to our exosuit. Click on the thing, and then use the dihydrogen crystal. Remember those blue crystals we vacuumed up to make some jelly. Now it wants us to grease the launch thrusters with the dihydrogen jelly. Alright, that's done. Advanced materials required pure ferrite. We need to construct a portable refiner to make that pure ferrite for us. In order to do that, we need to craft a metal plate and then deploy the portable refiner and then load it up with... First of all, we're going to have to load it up with carbon as a fuel supply. That takes all the carbon we had on us. And now we're going to put the ferrite dust in there, and it's going to turn out pure ferrite. Begin. Now you use these buttons over here to tell it how much you want to process. If you only want to process half of your ferrite dust into pure ferrite, which in fact... Let's get 50 and then stop it because we might want that ferrite dust to make more metal plates. And then pick up the ferrite dust, put it in our exosuit inventory, and pick up the pure ferrite, put that in our exosuit inventory, and then repair the launch thrusters. Click on the launch thrusters, and we've got 50 pure ferrite. Alright, our ship is almost entirely repaired. I mean, it is, for all intents and purposes, repaired. Pick up the portable refiner using the middle mouse button, hold it down. And I think we can pick up the signal booster too. Yeah, we don't need to leave this here. We can put that down someplace more useful. Alright, all systems functional. We can return to our ship and take off. But there was this piece of damaged machinery over here that I've been ignoring to this point. But this is something that we can check out. And if we can repair it using chromatic metal, which is going to be tough. Chromatic metal is refined copper, so we would have to go out and find a copper deposit. Oh no, we can't even mine a copper deposit because we don't have the terrain manipulator yet. So let me just grab a couple of scans as long as we're here before we leave, just to pick up a few stray units. Basically everything here needs to be scanned. We haven't scanned anything yet. But I don't want to bore you by just sitting here scanning stuff all day. You can scan these, you just gotta get them lined up. Have them in your visor long enough. Okay. Alright, good. Couple more scans before we leave the planet. Just bear with me. I know this is not exciting to watch, but this is a big part of the game, especially if you can find a scanner upgrade that gives you more money for the stuff you scan. You can make a lot of money fast. That's already scanned. That's already scanned. These are scanned. That needs scanning. Oh, and I want to scan the donuts too here on the ground. Jelly donut action. That is an Ipkovskite donut. And those are my favorite kinds of donuts, next to jelly and Boston cream and chocolate cream filled and red velvet. So here I've got the visor up here. Now you can locate resource deposits with it. You can locate the broken machinery like we have there next to the ship. See, there's some more damaged machinery that we can repair and get stuff out of if we repair it. There is a buried technology module, which would be great to have, but we don't have the terrain manipulator we would need to dig it up right now. That's the damaged machinery next to our ship, and there's an organic rock that's close. I'm not really sure what the organic rock is about, but I think we need to get off this planet. What do you say? Should we do that? Alright, I think, let me just take a last look around the crash site here, make sure there wasn't anything we missed. Yes, I'd love to be able to repair that damaged machinery, but we're not going to be able to. Okay, that's it. Let's jump in our ship, the Radiant Pillar, and get out of here. Use W to take off. Now the controls are a little funky. W and S to speed up and slow down. Shift for a boost. But then, beyond that, you just use the mouse to control. You don't use... I mean, you can bank left and right, but it doesn't really do anything. I mean, you don't have to. You can just skate left and skate right using the mouse. Alright, and if you want to be back in third person while you're piloting your ship, you can do that too. Go to X again, go over to, X, go to the gears again, and it'll move you out of your ship. Now this is a fairly barren, not very pretty to look at planet, so what do you say we just get out of here? Let's just get out of here. All systems functional. We are going to seek answers among the stars. Now these asteroids are mineable. You can mine them for the material that you need in order to make warp jumps. We have a communicator message. Press X to bring up the communicator, F to select it. Incoming transmission. Please identify yourself. I'm blah blah. I'm identifying myself. I'm Cougar. You are not alone. Follow the... The broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Let's input that data.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Follow the coordinates and find the signal source. Whoop. There are the coordinates. space station, and we hold space to kick in our pulse drive. And it is going to take us a minute and a half to actually get there using the pulse drive. Now, I moved this into third-person view just because to show you how it works, but I actually prefer being in first person the whole time. So, we're back inside. And we are going as fast as we can. We just gotta chill for a minute here. So, I don't know, for some reason people have compared No Man's Sky to Subnautica in a way. I don't find it remotely similar. The thing about No Man's Sky that is incredibly impressive is just the scope, the scale of it, and how much freedom you have. Now, Minecraft really gave birth to this whole sandbox, do whatever the heck you want kind of thing. This is Minecraft on steroids. There is so much that you can do. There is so much freedom in No Man's Sky. You can be and do whatever you want, wherever you want. You want to be a bounty hunter, go for it. You want to be a farmer, go for it. You want to be an explorer, go for it. You want to follow quest lines, and there are quest lines. Whoops, wait a minute. I think we just passed what we were going to. So there is a space station, but we weren't actually supposed to go to the space station. We were supposed to go to this signal. Whoa. Slow down, slow down. We were supposed to go to this signal source here. So that's really what I find most impressive about No Man's Sky is just the sheer scale of the universe itself and the freedom to do what you want to do. If you want to build a huge base and put together a fleet of frigates and do mining and trading missions with your frigate fleet, or what are some other things you can do? I mean, there's basically no end to how you can play this game if you want to. All right, we're slowing down. We're at the signal source location. Hold E for the automatic landing sequence to initiate. And we are at the signal location. So, this is a planet that has toxic rain. So we are taking some toxic rain damage here, and that to me says we don't want to stay here too long. Let's check out this broken technology. 161616. Log entry follows. The sparking wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. Let's decipher that signal. No fuel in, failed to reach station, hazard protection low, no choice but to underground, deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever's leaving these messages. Let's download those plans. Great. Now we can build ourselves a terrain manipulator, which will allow us to deform the terrain and to harvest those large resource nodes that we've been seeing lying around, and which we will need to make other stuff happen. Now we're on a brand new planet. We can be scanning all the things again and making a little bit of money by doing this. And you see, the planet does look different. There are different types of animals, different types of plants. And again, in the time that I've been playing, I've never seen anything like these plants. I've seen similar looking plants, but not these plants and not these rocks. These are all new to me. So it wants us to build the terrain manipulator. I'm keeping an eye on our toxic levels there on the lower left-hand corner. But we're doing okay for now. I guess we can climb back into the ship for the time being. Mine copper to build the base computer. Mining copper requires a terrain manipulator. And I think... So here's another aspect that I'll mention really quickly. Vex is joining my game right now. So any of your friends can drop in and out of your game anytime they want. And it's great. It's seamless. It's very easy to make happen. And it's fun to see one of your friends appear in your game. So with that taking place, I think we're going to call this an episode, our first episode in No Man's Sky next. In the next episode, we're going to mine some copper using the terrain manipulator and build a base computer and build that terrain manipulator itself. So we'll do that in the next episode. We'll start putting down a base. I don't think I want to put down a base on this planet, not with this toxic rain falling. And, you know, maybe we'll have the opportunity to do a little co-op play as well. That's a dangerous plant there. Get rid of that. And that's a funky looking beast. I've never seen one of you. What are you? That's a strange looking creature.
Toxic protection falling.
We're gonna call that a cold ciccia. Alright, great. So thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the No Man's Sky next playthrough. And I will check in with you in the next episode. Stay safe, survivors.